Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Did Jermell Charlo leave Derrick James? And is Errol Spence really gone? Now, there's all kind of rumors that are floating around, right? And part of having a YouTube channel, you get an opportunity to speculate, assume, predict, and of course that drives a healthy dialogue. Now we know that there's trouble in paradise between Errol Spence and Derrick James over finances. Even Virgil Hunter has come out. That's the guy who used to train Andre Ward. He worked with other boxers. Probably as of late was Mario Barrios, but Mario Barrios left, and now he's working with someone else. But the bottom line is, even Virgil Hunter's gone on record and said, look, and he's neutral. He's not taking sides. He's just saying, Derrick James got you to a certain point. Pay the man. You know what I'm saying? So I expect to hear things about Errol Spence and Derrick James. We know that there's a lawsuit. I don't know if it's ongoing. I don't know if they resolved it, settled out of court. I don't know what's going on. But then out here on Twitter, you get people talking about Jermell Charlo has now left Derrick James. Now, I'm out here combing the internet because it's like, I want to share that with you. I want to have a conversation. Because for me, I'm now trying to figure out, why would Jermell Charlo leave? Because it doesn't make sense to me for Jermell Charlo to pick up and leave Derrick James. But then again, I'm not privy to the specific issues, good or bad, that are taking place out there amongst the Lions only crew. Now, let me say this, okay? If Errol Spence and Derrick James, they can't reconcile, which I don't think they can, and Errol Spence has gone elsewhere, whether he's going to keep boxing or not, let's just say he's gone. Derrick James has washed his hands of Errol Spence. Errol Spence has washed his hands of Derrick James. Derrick James doesn't care. I'm going to tell you why. And the same thing for Jermell Charlo. If Jermell Charlo is like, look, I'm up out of here. Don't want to work with Derrick James anymore. Let me tell you something. You know what Derrick James is saying? Get your ass out of here. Because Derrick James came out and he was talking about his future and where his priorities are. And his priorities are with the kids that he's training and the work he does with kids up there in the Dallas area. His kids, his passion, his priority is not really with his fighters. Now, that doesn't mean he's not going to give them 100% and all the attention they need to help them be successful. But what I'm getting at is, he's already looking at retiring. He doesn't want to do it anymore. He's going to finish out with who he has in his stable, and he's done. Now, my understanding is Derrick James will keep working with guys in the amateur and stuff like that, but as far as dedicating his time to these professional fighters, once the guys he has in his stable, once they finish their careers, he's done. So if Jermell Charlo, as is being rumored, if he's out of there, that's great news to Derrick James. Errol Spence being gone, that's great news to Derrick James. You look at Ryan Garcia and Frank Martin, right? I don't know what the hell's going to happen with Ryan Garcia, but I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick James is contemplating, cutting ties with Ryan Garcia, because he doesn't strike me as the kind of person who likes that drama in his camp. Got a guy over there, kind of cartoonish, has a very, very famous, he's a global phenomenon right now. The entire world knows who Ryan Garcia is. And it kind of helps and hurts his profile with this crap going on with pads, right? But the bottom line is, Derrick James doesn't want to have that situation with someone who's in his camp. He doesn't want that. But at the same time, because there were some people saying Derrick James should get rid of Ryan Garcia. He should be trying to salvage the relationship between Errol Spence and Jermell. And to that I say, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. I think Derrick James is doing the right thing by not having a knee-jerk reaction and just getting rid of Ryan Garcia. And the reason I say that is because Ryan Garcia fights, Derrick James makes good money, and he gets his money, and there's no issue, there's no disagreements, there's nothing like let's have a conversation. No, you get your percentage off the top of my whole purse. I take care of you, you took care of me. So he's not going to be too thrilled about trying to just get rid of Ryan Garcia. He's not going to do that. He's going to hold on to him and keep working with him as long as he can, unless it gets Ryan Garcia's antics get too crazy. Because Derrick James did talk about how when he's sitting up there on stage with Ryan Garcia, now he's talking to all these youths and he's kind of trying to mentor them and make them into better human beings. Then he's sitting with Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia is saying what he's saying and acting how he's acting. And for Derrick James, he feels that he's almost co-signing Ryan Garcia's behavior, and that affects his relationship with the kids he works with. And I totally understand what he's saying. You coming out telling these kids one thing, and then you hear with Ryan Garcia, who you're training, and he's acting the exact opposite of how you're telling the kids they should act. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we'll see what happens going forward. But I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick James is just cool as a cucumber. Focus on Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia. If Ryan bounces, cool. 3 out of the 4 gone. Him and Frank Martin. Try to see how far he can take Frank Martin. When Frank Martin is done, Derrick James is like, cool. Because it seems like he don't want the headache. He don't want the drama. His heart ain't in it no more. And it's not because of taking losses. He's okay in life. And he wants to put his energy and effort into them kids. So, I wish him the best of luck. But somebody just sent me something. Let me see if they address it here. Jermell, Charlo really left Derrick James. No, they didn't. They didn't reply. They just are resharing. But the bottom line is, I guess we'll find out what's going on. But again, Derrick James, I don't think he cares, to be honest with you. I think his whole thing is like, good. They're gone. Great. Now, if it's true about Jermell, and Derrick James can sit there and focus on Ryan and Frank, and if Ryan bounces, he can just chill with Frank and put more time into the kids. And eventually Frank disappears, and then he just chills out, continue to focus on the amateur program and the after-school program and things with kids in the community. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. But I will say this. It's a little disheartening just hearing that it's a possibility that Jermell Charlo left too. Because when you look at what Derrick James was with Jermell Charlo, Earl Spence, I mean, they were out here just running through 147 and 154. You know what I'm saying? Destroying people. And then everything, like you say, plenty shit start to stink. It's like all the shit hit at one time. And it's just snowballing. It's like a shit snowball. And I tell you what, I'd be trying to get out of the way of that because I don't want to be covered in that at all. But hopefully they can figure it out. Anyway, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.